recording just so that we can capture this. So you think you almost died? Explain yourself, please.
Uh, it was just alcohol.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so my bad. I woke up, passed out, felt like shit, and then I fell asleep again. And then I woke up and it was like way past that. I woke up at like my time, like 4 in the afternoon or some shit. So,
All right.
my apologies.
That's all right.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your
I think.
fucking phone is sliding.
Yeah, I know. I have nothing. I need to figure something out. Some way to fucking.
You could
There we
buy
go.
like
How's
a
that?
$20 like little tripod thing to just
Yeah.
sit on your desk.
Uh,
Like not even 20 bucks. You probably get one for like fucking $10, dude.
I know you're talking about like those things like you put in like a car or whatever that just holds it up.
I mean, if you're gonna do this, you could just get the one with like the three legs on it. Like they have ones that,
Oh, I know, like the tripod thing. I know what you're
yeah,
talking about.
a tripod, literally a tripod.
Is Bray coming?
He's supposed to. Let me text him. I had to scrap. Uh, so the last one that Bray and I did, we talked a lot of shit about people using their names. So
Okay.
I think that we should. I don't think anybody's gonna come after us, but a lot of
Wait,
what we
like people
say.
people we know, or like companies, or
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. So, I mean, like
uh,
all the people that we talk all the shit about, and we directly use their names. Like that's it's not verifiable stuff that we say. Like a lot of us like this dude's a piece of shit. That's slander, like legally. So
mm,
if somebody wants to go crazy, they could just have the video that we happen to fucking upload conveniently onto the internet.
yeah.
So we should stay away from using people's names. And really, that doesn't even get you out of the ballpark. But it has to be like the definition is easily identifiable. So if we wanted to talk about like,
That's,
we could say the dude from Alabama. You want to talk about the dude who hunts pigs, like some shit
yeah.
that not a lot of people know.
So what if we say slant head?
Slanthead's good.
All right, because that'd be a bummer to lose that one.
No, I think that one's fine.
Okay. Oh,
But yeah, it's just like I don't think anything would ever come of it. But it's it's an
just in case.
avenue. Yeah, it's an avenue. Like I just don't think that it's like smart practice to do.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone's so fucking sensitive and sue happy and pieces of shit. So
No, well, I mean, like that dude from Alabama's a fucking preacher now. So if he's out here trying to grift a whole bunch of people,
wait, he's really a preacher now?
I guess that's what Bray was telling me.
What the fuck? Damn. All
Could
right.
also call him that dude who fucked his best friend's wife while his best friend was still deployed and then stole his wife and then became a preacher who is also
That
from
is
Alabama.
Yeah, that whole story is so fucked.
Yeah,
I remember when that shit happened.
Bray
That
will
shit was
be here.
wild.
Yeah, dude, like it just. I remember, like, in retrospect, right? Like, I remember the day that we got back to the gym and, like, he was being kind of cagey. And,
Yeah.
like he wasn't, like, super happy to see us. Like, he was nervous.
Yeah.
But on that day, like, there's just so much shit going on, right? Like, I didn't really even process it. But once I knew what was happening and I looked back, I'm like, oh, that motherfucker.
Yeah. Yep. So fucked up.
So fucked up. Like, regardless of the fact that they're still together, like, you don't do that.
Yeah. Whatever happened to
Old
the
JB.
guy? Yeah. Yeah. Whatever happened to him?
I don't know, man. I mean, like, I think that he went off the deep end for a while, and then I haven't talked to him. I haven't talked to him since 2007.
Like, yeah. I was gonna say I think he had like Facebook for a minute, and then like I think when that went down, he like got rid of everything.
Mm. I mean, fuck, dude.
I
Can
mean,
you
I would.
imagine?
I don't know if I'd be able to contain my. I'd probably fucking. I'd go to jail that day. I'd be.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd set me off. I don't know if I'd kill anybody, but it'd be damn close.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had to move back in the barracks, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because
I
like
think
he got divorced, and then he didn't have BAH, so he couldn't afford the house, so he had to sell the house and move back into the fucking barracks.
didn't like well, when it all went down, didn't like the military pretty much like tell him like, hey, you can't stay there, you have to leave. Like, didn't he go back to the barracks like right away
I think so.
before even
Yeah, you might be right there.
before like the house even got sold and
That's
like
just
I
so
think they
crazy.
let her stay. Did they have kids or no?
No,
No, they didn't have kids.
well, they got
I think
married.
they
They got
let
married
her.
right before we left,
Yeah,
which was fucking stupid on his part, but still.
like uh, how do I say his name without? Trying to think. You know who else that happened to, right? While we were deployed,
Yeah, yeah.
his wife.
The guy who let the lieutenant keep his jeep there, Studley back.
Yeah.
Yeah, his wife like fucked a whole bunch of people, and those dudes that she was fucking also used that jeep for like armed robberies.
Oh yeah. That's right. They yeah
And the kids
yeah
almost got taken away because the house was a disaster.
yeah. It was like a fucking like drug lab, I think.
He stayed with her.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm still friends with them, and I see them post things, and every time I see them post something, I'm like, how the fuck did you just say? You know what? Shit
That's
happens.
fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Just let like a football team run a train on you. No big deal.
I mean, that's the worst one. I haven't told that story yet, but that story's been in my backlog of things to tell.
Yeah.
But it is like it's the worst. 'Cause I remember the day that he found out when we were still at Falcon, because it was we still
Oh yeah.
had like a month and a half or 2 months before we were even leaving. Like he got that bonus for signing up for re-upping, and then like
Yeah.
there's nothing in his account, and like his mom called and it was like CPS is at the house, and then like just the whole shit unfolded.
I don't remember. He didn't really tell me too much, but I just remember like hearing bits and pieces, and then I think he finally did tell me about it, like
Mhm.
eventually. But yeah, that shit was fucked up.
So fucked up.
Hey, he stayed with her. Like that's the biggest. Like fuck you.
Seriously.
I would have taken because I mean, without a doubt, he should have been able to get like keep the kids. Just
Yeah, I don't think that would have been a hard sell to the judge.
yeah. Like sorry. Who else was there? And there was the LT while we were overseas who and the interpreter.
I don't remember that story.
You don't remember that?
Uh-uh.
We had the two interpreters, Amanda and Tiger.
I saw Dondo's post. That girl, I don't remember what her name is.
I'm almost positive her name was Amanda. That was like her code name was Amanda. Then we had that dude Tiger who
That's
was
such a
like younger.
bullshit code name. My code name's Ashley.
Yeah. And then someone kept on saying her. There was another one named Moon. I don't
Uh,
remember anyone named.
that does ring a bell, but I think that might have been one that we had at Charlie.
See, I feel like we had one for like a little bit, and then like they disappeared.
Yeah,
Maybe that was that Moon one. I just totally forgot about her
yeah.
or him or what.
I think it was a him. I think we had
But
there was a dude that we had at Charlie, and then when we went to Falcon, we had that chick, code name Amanda.
yeah, that's what I thought it was. I could have sworn it was Amanda. At least that's what I thought it was this entire fucking time.
But anyway, there's an
But
LT that was fucking her.
yeah, uh, smart.
Oh, the guy who's smart. We can just say that.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, no, yeah, that was all going down. You remember? And then like,
That dude, really?
yeah, so like
That was not very smart.
they were like fooling around or whatever, and then like, remember like, I don't know if you remember, she was like giving intel to like other people.
No.
Every time the units were going out, like they were getting shot at, and like I
Oh,
think
she's a fucking double
yeah,
agent.
yeah, and then she got like fucking like shot in the leg or some shit, and then they were gonna like let her bleed out, and our not so smart lieutenant was like, "No, we have to save her."
Mm.
Actually, why?
I love her.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
that dude
then
was young too. Like, he was barely an LT.
he was he was older than fucking Johnny Two Shots. Remember Johnny Two Shots?
Mm.
Yeah,
Old Johnny Two Shots, dude.
yeah.
That was so great to see that happen in
I
real
didn't.
time.
I think you may have told me about it, but I remember hearing about it. Just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Dude, we were on QRF, so we're sitting there eating the bullshit rations from the DFAC. So like somebody had gone and gotten all the food, and we had to sit on the trucks for some fucking reason because like we couldn't be. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but whatever. It's army bullshit, right? So we're
Yeah, yeah.
sitting there eating the fucking rations. Old Johnny Two Shots walks by with whatever S2 jerk offs were like in charge of like babysitting his ass, and he walks over to the clearing barrel. He points his gun in. He doesn't drop the mag. He fucking chambers around, wham! Looks at the gun, doesn't drop the mag, chambers another round, wham! Looks at it again, like even more perplexed. And then the guys that were with him, like, take the gun away, drop the mag, clear it, hand it back to him. And he's like, oh, and walks in. Like, Jesus Christ!
Oh, I thought it was. I thought a private from some other like unit walked by and was just like, "Hey, sir, you gotta drop the magazine before you rack it back." And
No,
he
no, no.
like heard.
Somebody bodily took that fucking weapon from him.
Oh, I always heard the story was that some like random like kid from another unit was like, "Sir, you gotta drop the mag before you fucking do any of that bullshit." He was like, "I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing."
Before the first shot?
No, I think it happened after the second shot. Like as he fired the second shot, like someone like walked past or was waiting in line to clear their weapon, and they were like,
I don't remember
"Sir,
that.
drop the mag." It could
I'm,
have. It was like that game Telephone. It could have been, who
yeah,
the fuck
I mean,
knows?
even like my memory could be wrong about it, but I distinctly remember like seeing him like there's the QRF line that we were sitting at. The DFAC is over here. I remember him walking diagonally with some fucking weirdos who were like a lot taller than he was, and then him like waving at us while we're sitting there on the trucks, and then being at the barrel just completely fucking perplexed.
Just acting like he's at the fire range.
Bro, I don't want to see that dude at the fire range.
Oh my god! And then we left Charlie to go to Falcon, and he like was like rear detachment kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
And he got in trouble for spray painting like fuck Iraq and like all that shit on the walls. Him and that other dude, right?
Who? Two shots?
Yeah. Him
What?
and that's why he like, you remember how like he got sent to like Charlie Troop or some shit?
No, I don't remember that.
Didn't he get
I mean,
like
I'm
sent
not
to,
saying that he
like,
didn't. I don't remember it though. Like it could have happened.
I'm almost positive he got in trouble for like him and some other lieutenant or a captain or something like that. They got in trouble for like writing graffiti all over the walls at Charlie,
Yeah.
and they got caught. And then he got sent
Of course
to,
they
like,
did.
yeah, yeah. And then he got sent to like Charlie Troop or Delta or some shit. Like they kicked him out of Bravo. I'm almost positive that happened.
Probably.
I don't know. If Bray comes on, he's got like a mind like a steel trap. I feel like he remembers like fucking everything.
Uh-huh. Old Johnny Two Shots out here being. Wait, so they spray painted like "fuck Iraq" in English on a military base?
On the you remember how like Fob Charlie was like those like wait, was Charlie that little shithole one that we stopped at when we first got to Iraq?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at that one. And remember how they were like kind of like old like it was supposed to be like a university or some shit, but we stayed in it.
Yeah.
And that's what he sprayed on. Like his room he stayed in, he like wrote like "fuck Iraq." Someone I don't know if it's true. Someone said he put a swastika on the wall, like all kinds of like stupid like
What
racial
the
speech.
fuck is wrong with that guy?
Yeah, and then
Jesus
he got,
Christ! In his room, like that's who the fuck spray paints a swastika in their room?
Johnny Two apparently.
Fucking as an LT too, like that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Wow.
And then
But I wouldn't put it past him though. Like he's fucking
no.
stupid.
Oh, you know who that other LT was that got in trouble? I could be wrong, but I think it was that he was like kind of like Hispanic, like maybe Hispanic or something looking. He was out at NTC,
Mm-hmm.
and he got in trouble for something. Like I have a picture of him fucking sleeping, just like on his cot sleeping when he was supposed to be fucking doing something.
Yeah.
I think it was him. I think he may have gotten in trouble. I know he got sent to another troop too. He was a shitbag.
Fucking LTs.
Yeah, well. Yeah, what was I thinking about the other day? And I was going to ask you about what the fuck was it? So remember, like when we used to go to like go out to like the bars and clubs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember like when I pulled down like my fucking pants and I was fucking pissed?
Yes.
Like, one time and you got in trouble.
When did I get in trouble?
Huh?
Say that last part again. What, I got in trouble for it?
Like I did it, and then you thought it was funny, and then you went to go do it, and then like right when you did, like a bouncer came in and was like, "Yo, you gotta fucking go."
Oh fuck. That sounds like something that definitely happened, but
yeah, I remember
I
like
remember
you
that.
tried to do it like twice, and both times you fucking did it. Like right when you did it, like someone came and was like, "Yo, dude, you gotta fucking go."
That's just how I pee.
yeah. I can't remember why I was like thinking about that the other day. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit was funny. It's like it's so dumb, dude. But like you never expect it, and it's the funniest fucking thing to watch other people walk in on.
yeah. There's a grown ass man with his fucking pants and underwear
All the way down.
lifting his shirt up by his hip. And just fucking ripping into the
It's so dumb, but it's great.
It's hilarious. And I remember doing that the one time, and like that dude walked in, and he just like walked in and just did a quick turn. I was
What
like, nope,
the fuck?
back out. Oh, those are some good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the bar is really like the only place that. The bar is the only place where I think that that's funny enough, and kind of like, I don't want to say acceptable, but
I think it's funny.
yeah. But I mean, like if you went to like an art museum and you did that, I don't think that you'd get the same type of like laughs.
Oh no, yeah.
Because at the bar, like people are already they're buzzed, like it's a fucking party atmosphere, and you going in there and doing that is like that's a solid joke for that environment.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Do it in a museum, you might get tased or some shit.
Yeah. Or it could be like kids in there. Just like
Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need that.
I don't need that shit.
Where did you go after when we got back from Iraq?
Mm-hmm.
We went back to Hood. Where did you go after Hood? I don't remember. Did you get out?
No, so I reclassed. As Black Hawk crew
That's
chief,
right.
and then I went to Fort Eustis, and then I went to Fort Campbell, and then I was in the 160th for 3.5 years.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot all about that. We talked about that before on here too.
Yeah. Maybe stop almost killing yourself with booze, and you could remember some shit.
Yeah, sometimes. I really don't drink that much anymore. I just, for whatever reason, fucking just went out, and it's one of those things where I just saw like one person after another, after another. No, I gotta go. Oh, stay for one more drink, and next thing you know, I'm just like fucking like retarded, drooling on myself.
Do you remember when we first got those new Kevlars? And like, I don't know, you used to do this shit all the time, but I remember it when we first got them, and like you took the fucking the sides of it and you tightened it down super super far, and like your face was all scrunched, and you're like, I'm here to learn. It's the funniest fucking thing. Because you could really crank those things down like easily too.
Yeah, squish all your face up like fucking.
Yeah. That was great. That whole what the fuck do they call it? There's like a rapid R something, RF whatever, RFI. When we got like the ACUs and we got the new helmets and all that stuff, like it's a super weird time to be. The transition was super weird, right? Like so we went from BDUs where you had to like
Oh
iron them
yeah.
and like keep everything clean. And the boots, they had to fucking shine all the time. Especially like
Yep.
if you go out to the field, like you had to have an extra pair of boots if you wanted
Yeah.
to keep one clean. To
Yeah.
like the pajamas that ACUs were and those fucking desert boots.
Yep. Yeah, shit was wild. And then like they didn't let us. I remember they didn't let us wear the DCUs
Yeah,
because they were like, "Oh, anyone who's wearing DCUs is getting shot at." I remember Stokely would be like, "That's all he wore was the DCUs."
yeah.
Do you remember him riding the donkey through that fucking town?
I remember that that happened. I don't have any like pictures in my head of it.
Yeah, I think I have to see if I have the old camera. I think I got like one picture on there, and it's like two like patrol lines going down like the street, and here's Stokely in the center on a fucking donkey, just acting like he's like fucking Napoleon or some shit. Yeah,
I got my caffeine Kool-Aid. It's very fancy.
I have a Cryo Ranger IPA.
Jesus Christ, dude! Drink a beer?
Yeah, I mean it is noon, well
Oh my,
12:30.
oh my God. That's. I mean, bro. When I used to drink, I would wait until like 12:01. I'd be like, it's afternoon. I'm good. But I drank so hard. Oh, anyway, about the donkey. Like, I don't know if that's the same donkey. So remember like the second time that we went out to do like extended ops where we like took over that Haji dude's house,
Oh, Doctor.
Dr. Haji Jim Bob, whatever.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we were at that
Yeah.
house and there was a donkey around that area that like so I think it was like 2 or 3 days in, some asshole like jumped like over the fence and like shot a rocket in, and then we realized that we didn't have any security outside of that little compound, so we started
Yeah.
having the truck out, and I remember that there was a donkey that like would not leave our truck alone. Like it just like came up and was like all up on that truck. Like it would not fuck off. But it's pretty cool though. It's a pretty chill donkey. Other than the fact that it like wanted to fuck that truck.
I remember there was the. I remember we'd go through. I don't remember which town it was, but I remember there was that three-legged donkey,
Uh,
and then like I feel like the locals would just like fucking punch it and kick it, like be all mean to it. And then I remember the one day we drove by and it was fucking dead.
mm,
And I think they planted IEDs in it or some shit,
probably.
and it fucking exploded and like covered like another troops like they didn't do vehicles on, it, but just like cover their vehicles in like just donkey guts.
Gore. Also that time that we were out there at Dr. Haji Jim Bob's, I didn't shit for like 6 days, and then I shit once, and then I had to shit all the time. Then I had diarrhea, so I had Doc give me some Lopromide, and it gave me the worst farts, like the rankest farts I've ever had in my life. And I was out there in the gun just cranking farts
inside, inside the cab.
into the truck, and Heathcote got so mad at me. He made me sit outside the truck. Like I had to sit up outside of the truck. He's like, "Get your whole ass out of this truck." He's so fucking pissed off, dude.
That dude's good. I like that guy.
Yeah, Heathcote was apparently he's not doing too well. Or fuck, what should we call him?
I don't know.
Scotty, I guess.
Scotty, what they call Scotty Too Hottie or something?
Scotty Too Hottie. There we go. Well,
Yeah.
Scotty Too Hottie. Apparently he's not doing too well.
Like
But,
health
yeah.
wise.
No, like he's been real deep in the bottle. That's what I hear.
Damn.
Which happens to a lot of guys, man.
Yeah, I mean, feel like I went through it for like a little bit. Was drinking way too much.
Mm.
Like I could drink like 7 or 8 beers, a couple shots, and like feel like absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of bad. So, I mean, I don't know. Besides last weekend, I really don't really drink that much at all anymore. Really,
Other than right now.
I don't know. I've been drinking water for like 3 days straight, and I feel like I just need something other than water. That's all we have in the fridge right now. So,
It's the fridge's fault.
His fault. It should have something else.
Who the fuck's out here putting shit in this fridge? Only giving me beer.
Uh, what else was I gonna say? I was gonna ask you about. So how hard was that whole completely different topic again? The whole like giving yourself like a new last name.
Not hard at all, really. Well, there were parts that were a pain in the ass. So basically, like, there's companies that'll like set you up as far as like there's a bunch of different agencies that you have to submit paperwork to. You have to get like certified copies of the name change from the court. So
Okay.
when like you go there, you go in front of a judge. He's like, "Hey, are you doing this for any sort of nefarious reason?" And you're like, "No." And then he's like, "Okay," and he signs the thing off. And the day that that happens, you can go to the clerk at the courthouse. At least this is all in Washington State, but I'm sure it's like it's probably the same. But you buy certified copies of that thing. So you buy like fucking 10 of them for you and for if it's just you, just buy it for you. But if it's you and like your wife or whatever, you buy a bunch for them for her too, because you have to include those in a lot of the paperwork that you send off. For me, the thing that took the longest was my Social Security. But once
Okay.
I had that, then I could go anywhere. Like I got my new ID. Like you can do the same thing with fucking passport. Like the thing that sucked was changing it in the military system. So like
Okay.
there was one day where I had to go to like four different offices, like just within like an hour and a half of each other in Washington. Like I had to go to two offices in Seattle, and then I had to drive out to Fort Lewis and go like actually on post to go to like the Deer's office or something. So like you
Years off.
like they don't, of course the army doesn't share the information between like the different services that will need it, like the where you get your health and your VA benefits doesn't share it with the Deer's office. But you have to update all of them, and it's the smartest way to do it is to do all of them at the same time. So that was
Yeah.
the biggest pain in the ass, but it was just like a day that I drove around and like sat in some offices.
Huh. And you could literally just like change it to whatever you want.
Whatever you want, man. My wife's last name was Anderson. Mine was boring as shit. And like she was like, I don't want to change my last name to your last name. It's fucking boring. I'm like, that is a fair point. And she's like, why don't we just both change our names?
Yeah.
What are your ideas? What are your thoughts here? Let's brainstorm this. For a while, it was going to be Thrash, and I was pushing Batman like super hard from the beginning because I was like, that'd just be like you're sitting somewhere and someone's like, Mister Batman.
Bat.
Like stand up, be like, I'm Batman. Just I wouldn't get tired of that. I would do it fucking today if I could, but she wasn't on board with that. And then we were going like Piderman was a close one, so it's like kind of like Spider Man, but Piderman. But she actually came up with Striker. Like Striker wasn't my idea; it was hers.
That's. I mean, I like it. It's different.
Yeah.
I didn't like. There's like you said, Batman. Like they're like would they? No, no, no. You can't do that. You can't do that.
No, you could do, dude. So I made a TikTok about me changing my last name, and I said that I wanted to be Batman, and so many fucking people commented that their name was Batman. Like so many of them.
Really?
They're like that's an actual. It's like a legit name. There's a ton of Batmans in the United States. A lot of them in like fucking Philly, I think. But super crazy.
Now, is there any like repercussions that could come about from you doing this?
I don't think so.
No, like once you like you said once you did all the court stuff and went through the proper cycle of talking to whoever, like that's it, right?
Yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want, man. Like it's so crazy. Like you file a piece of paper, you pay a little bit of
Yeah.
money. In Washington, you have to go in front of a judge, and then you're done.
Do you have kids or no?
No,
No. Now, if you do have kids, they will have like their last name will just become Striker, right?
I mean now, yeah, but
Right.
uh,
Your yours and your wife's name is now legally Striker.
yeah. So I mean, if we had kids now, that's what would happen. I don't know if we had kids before, and
Yeah.
I don't know any of the like the laws or like statutes around like kids' names, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I just they would take the married name, right? I think that's what happens.
I don't know. They can choose to do whatever. Like
Yeah.
my my nephew, his last name is my old name, even though like my sister was married to somebody else and had already changed her last name to Sanchez, and his dad's name was something totally different. So like
But
he
he
just
kept so he kept like the we call it the surname
yeah
of
the super old surname,
yeah
her
of
maiden
Davis.
name, her maiden name, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Or Maiden. Yeah, yeah. Huh. That's wild.
Yeah, and I think on all his docs, like it says that.
Hmm. That's crazy. Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, I wonder if that's like a pain in the ass or if it's just like kind of not a big deal. It's just more like
It's just paperwork,
paper,
dude.
paperwork. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nobody. There was no pushback on it anywhere. Like literally anywhere, there was no pushback.
Huh.
It's just yeah, you need to fill out this form, and you fill out that form.
But they did ask you questions like, are you doing this to like, are you trying to hide from somebody? Are you like
Yeah, the judge
in
did.
legal?
I think in
Yeah.
some states like they you have to pay to post an announcement in the paper that says this person is changing their name from this to this. If you like want to protest it, you can go somewhere. Like they give the public the ability to say, "No, I remember that motherfucker was a diddler. He can't change his name." But
Yeah. You're saying diddler.
old diddlin' Pete.
Yeah, yeah. I can see like people like that want to change their last name to try to like get out of stuff. But I mean, I guess that'd be like a legal thing. Would be like, no, you try to diddle kids or you did diddle kids. You're not.
You tried to, or you did.
You're on that diddler list, so you're
It's,
not changing your.
yeah, you can't live within 100 feet of a school, so your name
Yeah.
stays.
That's fucked up. Ugh.
But yeah,
So what
otherwise,
else?
as long as you're not out here trying to diddle kids, it's pretty easy.
Yeah. All right. All right. I mean, I don't think I'd ever change mine. I was just thinking about it the other day. I was just like curious. Let me ask him like what kind of process that shit is.
Mm.
You know, I'm sure I could come up with some wild last name. But I just feel like they'd be like, "Are you serious? You want to put your name to that? Get the fuck out of here."
No, I mean, why the fuck would they care, right?
Yeah, I guess they're not the ones living with it.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if you could change your last name to Buttfucker.
That's what I meant. Like if you like if I wanted to change my last name to Dick Slap,
Dick's.
is that is that an issue or is it okay?
It's Dick's lap, not Dick slap. Dick's lap.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna change my name. I think my mom would be if I changed it to Dick Slap.
I mean, it's a front runner now. It's a pretty solid option, but
So is Bray coming, or I'm guessing Bray's not coming.
this motherfucker said he was going to be late.
Does he work on the weekends?
I don't think so.
Yeah. When was the last time you saw him?
Fuck. Hood.
Hood?
Yeah.
No. Didn't you see him at my place?
Maybe.
At my Yeah, wasn't he there too?
I don't know, man. That second night, I was too fucked up to leave the tent, so he could have been there.
Yeah, I thought he was there as well. Maybe not. Maybe it was you guys offset each other or something. I don't know. Yeah, I saw him not too long. I saw him last year. I think it was down at Asbury Park.
Where the fuck is that?
It's like South Jersey.
Hmm.
Asbury Park's actually like a big. It used to be kind of like a hood rat shithole,
Mm-hmm.
and then a bunch of gays moved in there, and
They gentrified the fuck out of it.
yep, just dumped a bunch of money in there. And it's like a nice little area now. They got like it's been there for a long time. They got like a venue place called the Stone Pony,
Mm.
where like music and shit. That's pretty cool.
I'll tell you something. The gays, they gentrify hard.
The, the gays made it nice. I
Yeah.
remember like the first time I went down there, I didn't know like that's what it was.
Mm.
I went down there for like a tattoo convention thing just to like go, check it out. I was waiting to meet one of my friends, and I'm just sitting at this like bench, just having a drink, and there's just like fucking dudes and wiener hammocks everywhere, just fucking slapping hiney and just being way too friendly. I was like, what is going? And then this like older couple sits down next to me. And they're like, "You're not from around here, huh?" I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Yeah, it's like a big gay community now, and it's a lot nicer." And I was like, "Yeah, I was wondering why there was like a lot of dudes."
Tons of glory holes too, just everywhere.
Yeah, it was. I was like, "What the fuck?" But
So I stuck
it's
my
a nice.
dick in it.
I no, it's like a nice area though. Like
Yeah.
it's not bad. But that's where I saw him. I saw him there last year. Same thing for like that tattoo convention.
Suspiciously.
Yeah, yeah, I saw him there. And a couple of years before that, I was doing work in a town that's like it was literally like 15 minutes from where he lived. So we met up for like dinner the one night.
Mm-hmm.
But other than Bray, you, and I was Richie when Richie lived with me for a little bit. I think those are the only people I've seen since I got out.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anyone. It's not like I don't want to. I just like fucking life happens, I guess, and like you just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, when you don't work together or like live together,
Yeah,
it's hard. Like,
yeah,
especially the older you get, because you have so much shit to do. Like, I can't even do drugs anymore because it's like that's a whole fucking day, man.
yeah.
I got shit to do.
Yeah. Like they did that reunion thing in Texas
Mm-hmm.
a couple years ago, and I wanted to try to get to that, but I just couldn't. I think it was something work related where I couldn't get to it.
Yeah.
But they were talking about doing another one. I think like this year sometime.
Mm-hmm.
On are you in that Facebook group chat thing?
I'm not in a group chat. I'm on that Bravo Troop group.
Yeah,
Not the
it's
Bravo
like
Troop group. It's the fucking it's like the Fourth ID one. Like I don't know if there's like an actual Bravo Troop one. I don't know.
there's. I think it's called like 110 Cavs like group chat or some shit. But like, there's like a lot of people like always like, you know, fucking what's the name? Showtime always doing a lot of posting about stuff and
Yeah. Is that the one that Shriver is the admin of?
it might be actually.
Yeah, because I'm part of
might-
that one.
Maybe it's the same one. I don't know, but they're usually posting shit about there, and they were like a couple weeks ago, or no, maybe it was around Thanksgiving time. They were actually talking about trying to get a reunion thing going, but it was like through like some like outside like
Oh yeah. Some like third party thing.
yeah, which and apparently they're gonna take care of the expenses or some shit. Like I didn't read all into it really, but
Mm-hmm.
seems kind of iffy to me a little bit. Like
Like
Who
what are
the
these
fuck's-
people doing?
yeah, and why are they gonna offering to pay for everything? Like
Yeah.
I don't get it. But
It's gonna be like some large ass escape room, and they're gonna film it. Look at these veterans with PTSD. Just like explosions and everything gets locked down. We're like, fuck.
maybe like that Saw movie type shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Like nobody reads the waiver that they have to sign.
Yeah, everyone just fucking drunkenly signs it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd watch that show.
Yeah, I'd participate. Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, there was like some show. Did you happen to watch that show? I can't remember what streaming thing it was on, but I think it was called like The Jury or something like that. And like the whole entire
Oh, was that the one where it was like the guy? There was only one dude who didn't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like everyone else is in on it.
I saw commercials for it, and I saw like I like that dude James Marsden that was in that. But
Okay.
I didn't actually watch the thing.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's actually pretty good. It's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, it's worth watching it. It was pretty good.
There's another dude that's in there. Fuck, I think his name's like Kurt something, but he was in like Parks and Rec and what like he's always like a weird dude in the background. He's got like a mustache.
Oh, okay.
But like I think the guy said something about one of the shows. Like I saw an interview that dude did, and he was like, "Yeah, we were doing this thing, and the guy was like a big fan of one of the shows that he was on. So like originally the plan was for him to kind of be like one of the guys in the front just doing weird, outlandish shit. But
Yeah.
he had to like back off and be in the background.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think there's like one dude in there who's like kind of like a B or C list actor. I can't remember who his name was. And then like I feel like everybody else like they'd been in stuff, but it's like mostly people like you wouldn't like know, I guess.
Yeah, like extras or like real small parts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
I mean,
the main dude was James Marsden. That's the guy from Westworld, uh, and he did like some other shit.
oh yeah, yeah. He's like yeah, he's in on it, but he's not like the main like
Well, I didn't watch the show,
character.
but I mean, like that's at least what I saw.
Yeah, no, you should give it a watch. It's pretty good.
Okay, I'll check it out. Oh, dude, do you have HBO Max?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
There's a show called Scavenger's Reign that is like it's like a sci-fi horror, but it's animated. Uh, it's just it's fucking nuts, man. It's like a fever dream. It's I watched the whole thing. Like I'm trying to walk more, so I watch a show while I'm on the treadmill.
Right.
But I watched the whole thing on the treadmill. It's so fucking good, dude. Like it's crazy. If you're into sci-fi horror, you should check it out.
What's it called?
Scavenger's Reign,
Scavengers Rain. Let me see if I can find it real
and
quick.
it's Reign as in Reign.
Oh, yeah, I found it.
You should check that
Says
fucker out.
there's like one season.
Yeah, it's dope, dude.
After their deep space freighter is damaged, the stranded crew of the Demeter must fight to survive on what else it says. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah,
It's pretty.
it's like psychedelic sci-fi horror,
Oh, okay.
and like the animation style, like the colors they use, it's the whole thing pops, man. It's fucking cool.
I haven't watched an anime show in like a long time.
Yeah, it's
I don't mind it. I just never really like. I don't know. Not like that I didn't get into it. I just never really like watched it. I don't know
yeah.
why.
I like
I mean,
adult animated shows because there's a lot of stuff like, especially with like crazy shit. Like you'll see when you watch it, like just the
yeah,
amount of shit that they do with the planet and the creatures that are there. Like to do a live action version of that would cost so much fucking money.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you. Yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll watch it after we're done on this.
Yeah, it's fucking dope.
So what else you got going on?
Not much. I got so you know how Dondo has his canines with gold? I got temp crowns on. I'm getting some fucking metal teeth.
Really?
Yeah, I'm getting
Like a
stainless
grill?
steel. No. So it's just the canines. So it's the canines. Like I have
Yeah.
the temp crowns on right now, but so I went into the dentist and like I've been getting pushed like whitening and stuff for a while because I had braces and I had the stains on my teeth from the braces,
Yeah.
and it's like it's fucking gross looking. But the dentist was like, yeah, we can't actually get those off. Like we could whiten it and get them a little bit lighter, but we can't actually get them off. Like you're gonna have to do veneers or crowns. And I was like, can I get some gold teeth? And he's like, I would love to do that for you. And I was like, all right, I'll get some. He showed me all the versions of stuff. And like there's like the regular gold, there's the white gold, and then there's like the silver version, which is like it's like stainless steel and titanium, but like that's the one that looks the coolest. So I was
Yeah.
like, give me those ones. So I gotta wait a couple more weeks, but in 3 weeks, I'll have the metal teeth.
No shit.
Yeah,
Just okay. So just like aesthetic thing.
yeah. Then I'm gonna get
What?
veneers on next to them, like
Yeah.
those ones, because those ones are all fucked up too.
What's that like? What's getting like stainless steel fangs? What does that cost?
Oh Jesus Christ! It was like $3,000.
All right. But you could literally like chew a soda can in half now.
I mean, maybe it probably fucked my
Yeah.
other teeth up, which is the thing. Like,
Yeah.
because like I could bite through it with the metal ones, but then as soon as it hits the other teeth, it's like you're biting through shit with your regular teeth now.
Yeah. So I guess you'd have to spend like fucking 100 grand to get a full mouth of stainless steel
If I wanted
teeth.
to chew through metal, yeah, like, if that was the goal, like,
You wanted.
yeah, you wanted to, you had to do a couple things. Oh, dude, I went snowboarding yesterday for the first time in like 10 years.
Yeah.
I was so tired. I made it like I made it half the day. It's so fucking tiring. Like actually going, like actually like getting down on the mountain and going, like it felt like I never left. Like it's totally like riding a bike. Like my transitions were
Yeah.
fine, but like strapping in and standing up, just the hardest fucking things, man. Like I was so tired. Like even the first run we went on, I get off the lift. Like I'm still like I didn't fall getting off the lift, which was cool. But then like strapping in, like I have to bend so fucking far over, and like I'm way fatter now. Like just like beating my foot into this thing and strapping down. Like by the time I was done with it, I was like, oh fuck, I need to sit here for like half a minute and just catch my breath before we stand up and go.
Yeah. Getting older sucks.
Yeah, it's just
I did that with, I don't snowboard. I ski,
mhm.
but we're going skiing for the first time after like fucking. It was probably about a good 10 years, and I was just like, did a couple runs. And I was just like fucking like exhausted. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna go sit in the lodge for a minute.
yeah, yeah. My buddy that I went with, it's a guy that I met out here. He used to be an Apache pilot, but he's one of those dudes that's like he's got the metabolism where he can't keep weight on. So he's just like
Uh,
fucking go, 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 go all the time. And like he
yeah,
could have
well,
gone the whole day. And I was like, dude, I got like 2 runs left in me. After that, like I need to go sit down in the lodge or something. He's like, all right, man, you can get out of here. But it was fucking ridiculous.
yeah, it must be nice having a nice fast metabolism like that. Like, obviously when we were younger, it was like that, but now that I'm fucking older, I just like fucking. It sucks.
No. 25 and 35. Both of those like points, my metabolism took a dive.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll be. I'm gonna be 42 this year.
Jesus.
Yep, yep. I'll be 42 this year.
I'll be 39 this year.
It's not too bad. Not too far behind.
Yeah.
We'll slowly catch up.
Well, I mean, I won't catch up, but I'm always going to be this far behind you.
We'll slowly catch up.
No, 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 no. That's not how it works. You'll catch up. At some point, we'll both be 99.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't mind living. Like, I know some people. I work with some people. I used to work with this one guy that was just like miserable, and he just like wants like he hates it that he wakes up the next morning. He's like, oh, I fucking woke up again.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, me, if I could, like, as long as I'm not like as long as I don't have other people like relying on me, like, I don't want people like wiping my ass and like
Mhm.
feeding me yogurt and shit. Like, if I can live on my own and do my own thing, I'd love to live to like 120, 130 years old. I wouldn't care. I'd live
Yeah.
forever if I could.
Yeah. I mean, I, this year, my goal is to write a book of short stories. And one of the short stories that I'm writing, like, I think there's actually a couple that I have ideas for. It's just like, there's some drug that allows you to live forever, or there's like, so one of them is it's about a drug called Eternum, where like if you work for the state, you get access to the drug, and you can essentially live multiple lives. So it'll be like you take a drug to de-age you. Like depending on how much you take, it'll de-age you, or if you take like some steady dose, you'll stay at the same age. So you
Okay.
basically go through and you do like one life. So you live for like 40 years doing this job, and then you can like retire for a while, and then you de-age back to like 20, and then you train up, and then you live another life, so on and so forth.
Well, that'd be pretty cool.
So there's that one. There's another one where it's like if you fly close to the speed of light, or some like thing that you have to be out in space. Like I haven't developed a lot of the ideas. Like they're just like 2 or 3 lines, but one of them is like you have to go out in space and you like sit in this chamber and you de-age and you come back, but it's like 1,000 years later every time you do it. So that's
Yeah.
another like functional, forever living type thing. I think I have another one that's about like being mostly cybernetic, but most of that, but the idea around that is like, what's the line to where you stop being human and now you're just a machine? Because like the
Right.
functional immortality there is everything that in your body that depends on stuff for everything in your body that would naturally deteriorate over time that you can't replace, like is gone.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, like at what point did you cut off from actually being human?
Yeah, because people are just replacing parts over time, and then like finally, like the brain is gone and it's replaced with this other thing that's like a quantum computer. But yeah, I think it's a really cool idea. I would also do that thing in multiple
Yeah.
different ways.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like that one you're talking about with like the whole like taking a pill or something where like you either just like stay the same age or you just like or you take more of it to like make you
Yeah, to de-age, or you can
to
stop taking
th.
it.
Yeah. That's what I'd fucking do that. Hell yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. The idea there is that like you de-age to the point where your brain is like super plastic, and then you can learn your new life skill, and then you learn in that skill till like you're like 35 or 40, and then you just hang out there for 40 years or something.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that'd be cool. You live for like a fucking 1,000 years.
Yeah,
That's what I man, if they ever come out with that type of shit in my lifetime, I would 100% do that.
yeah.
Like just to like see like I don't know.
See what
I just think
happens.
it'd be yeah, just see what happens. Like people that were born in like the late 1800s, you know, the shit that they saw from then to like the time they died. You know, say they died in the 60s. You know,
Hmm.
you saw like such a crazy advancement in technology in like that like 100 years or so.
Yeah.
Like it's wild.
The side story to that one though is that so because everybody lives forever, you have to have a license to have a kid, and there's like people who are still like having unlicensed kids, and when they're found out, they get put on an island, basically to be separate from everybody who has access to a turnum. And those
Uh,
kids like they just live a regular life, and every once in a while there's a revolt, and there's this dude who's like his name's Henry Roland, and he's in his fifth life, and he's like this cycle he has to be a bureaucrat, and he has to go be in charge of the island, and they like revolt, and I'm toying with the ending, but I think what's going to happen is he has to nuke the whole fucking island, and then like as he's leaving on a chopper or something, like the last line is like, I think next life I'll be an artist. So it's like he cooks all of them, doesn't give a fuck, and he's like, man, crazy weekend.
yeah, yeah, seriously. That's gonna be kind of a cool story though. It'd be cool like to make that into like a movie or some shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to like, so I'm doing all like the storytelling stuff on TikTok for over a year now. I'm
Yeah,
trying to develop that into like writing stories, but I want to do
yeah,
short stories first so I can get like just the mechanics of the whole thing, and then
right, right.
take some of those and develop them into bigger stuff. So like this idea came from Stephen King put out a book called Night Shift, where it's just a ton of his short stories, and
Okay,
some of those became like longer ones. Like the very beginning of The Stand was in there,
okay.
but like the way that he tells it, like he just kind of like he drops into the middle of the story and doesn't really give any background around it. Like he's just kind of like fucking around with the idea, and that's kind of what I want to
Yeah,
do with a lot of the stuff they have. Like I have like 15, 20 ideas for books, but I don't know how long the story is going to be. I don't like what I don't want to do is at least what I hate seeing is people who are like, I'm going to write a trilogy, and then they have an idea that's a novella, and you're like, Jesus Christ, why did you drag it out so long? The whole fucking thing, like, man, come on, just finish it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't know if you ever heard of the Wheel of Time.
Yeah, yep.
So it's like
There's
13 fucking books, dude, and books 4 through 9. I read all of them, but books 4 through 9, if like two people would have had a conversation, those books wouldn't exist. The story doesn't move at all in the middle. Yeah, it's
does
just
it Does it have anything to do with that show?
Yeah, I mean it's from the show. Well, the show is
But
from the books.
are they like? Because you know how sometimes like they write a book and then like they make a movie and the movie's like totally different.
Yeah, I didn't
Like
watch the
is
show. I didn't watch the show because
like
it looked fucking stupid.
okay. Yeah, I think I watched like one or two episodes and then like I just like watch some shows and then I just like stop watching them for whatever reason.
Yeah, no, like the
So
story itself is like it's super fucking cliche, but the ending is excellent. But the
yeah.
crazy thing about it is like, so the dude Robert Jordan wrote all the series except for the last book, and then he and Brandon Sanderson, who I don't know if like he wrote the Stormlight Archives, he wrote like the Mistborn saga. Like he's actually like he's a really good fucking writer. He wrote the ending of the Wheel of Time, and it's so fucking good.
Okay.
Yeah, so he finally just fucking killed the thing because Robert Jordan was just stringing the damn thing along forever.
Right. 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 So what? Like you're saying, like books 4 through 9 are just like filler bullshit.
Yeah, so it's like the whole thing is there's a source of power that people can draw on. Some people can draw on the source of power, and there's a female and a male version of it. And the male
Hmm.
version was tainted by like some fucking dude a long time ago, like Shaitan, who is the main villain. He tainted the male source. So men who draw on the source go crazy, and there's women who draw on the source that hunt them down. But like book 4, I think like the main hero dude cleanses the male source of power. But nobody learns about that until like book fucking 10. Like nobody who should learn about it learns about it. So the whole time you're sitting there like reading it, you're like, it's fucking cleansed. They cleansed it like so long ago. I don't know why you're still doing this.
All
Like
right.
send a fucking bird, man. Like just something. Have a meeting.
They're good books to read, though.
I listened to them while driving across the country. So like it's
You did like the audiobook thing.
yeah. So I like to do that because I don't sit down and read that much. I like to like toss on an audiobook and do like mindless stuff like cleaning or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But those like 4 through 9 for sure, dude. Like just ugh,
Like, drag ass.
yeah. And it might
Might
not
check.
be
I might.
those ones, but the beginning's good, the ending is good.
Yeah, it's just like that filler bullshit. Like why?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I don't ever want to do that in anything that I write. Like I don't even know if I would ever write a series. Like I would only write a series if I was writing something that took more time to tell the story. But
Right. Right. Right.
I don't know what would do that. Like, there's a ton of writers who are super successful that don't do any of that shit. Like fucking Neil Gaiman, Stephen King. Well, he did that with the Dark Tower series. He wrote a fuck ton of them. But like, there's more to the story there. But I think you can get away with just doing single novels.
Yeah. That kind of like leaves it open to like you can get your point across, but also like kind of like leads to like the imagination a bit too.
Yeah,
Like how you're talking about like it's not just gonna like start from the very beginning. It's gonna be like however many fucking years or centuries
yeah,
into what's already going on, and you're just like telling like a part of that story, or that part of that time frame of like this guy's life or whatever.
yeah. I mean, you can do whatever you want with storytelling, dude. Like that's the cool thing is that like I don't want to get bogged down in fucking like Lord of the Rings or Silmarillion shit where you have to tell like thousands of years of lore just to get to an interesting point where the reader can fill in beginning, they can fill in shit that happens afterwards. Like it doesn't fucking matter. Like just tell the interesting portion that you want to tell.
Right, right, right. That'd be cool. Yeah, yeah. Once you get that shit going and you publish anything, I'd read about it. I think it'd be cool. Sounds interesting already. So
I've got one that I'm working on. So I'm trying to do 5,000 words a month. And I'm going to write like after this. But the story that I'm working on right now is it's called Tic Tac. But it's so an alien race shows up outside of Earth. They send down like these like super like amorphous like blob looking things that spend a bunch of time like just kind of like zipping around Earth and nobody knows what they're doing. Like everybody on Earth is like trying to contact them or whatever, but the things aren't interested in talking. Those things after a couple weeks zip out, and then all of a sudden like massive attack happens on the Earth where like the ships like just blink into the upper atmosphere. They destroy all the infrastructure. They send down these like metal spider looking things that just tear apart billions of people. And then the story and that's like 4 pages of me explaining like here's the setup, and then it drops into like three different people and the struggle that they're having, and that they all kind of like come to this nexus point where most of them die.
Yeah.
But it's more about like fucked up people doing crazy shit in an apocalypse while trying to avoid these crazy metal spider things that could pop in anywhere and tear them to pieces.
So it's from like the human point of view, based off a couple characters.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool.
But it takes so long to fucking write, dude. Like, I think in my head, like when I tell this, like if I told the story, I would keep it in like 3 minutes. But writing it, it's like, oh fuck, I got to talk about this piece, and I got to talk about that piece, and I got to talk about this piece.
Oh yeah, I'm shit that one story talking about just now. I mean, that could take you like really sitting down and doing it. That could probably take you a year or two to just fucking
Yeah.
start to finish. I mean, or longer. I mean, I don't know.
End of the year, I'm trying to have the book done with at least 10 stories.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
But I don't know. I don't know how publishing works. I don't know how any of that fucking bullshit works. I have to get like a fucking editor, beta readers, and
Yeah.
all sorts of other shit.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like. I mean, I guess it has to get like approved or whatever. Or
I could
I mean, you could.
self-publish it, right? Like I could just put it out on Amazon, probably.
Yeah, yeah, I guess you could. You could just do like whatever. Yeah, you could do it 100% yourself if you really wanted to.
But I don't know. I'm gonna figure that out when I have to. Right now, I just want to
Yeah,
focus on writing the thing.
yeah. I hear you. Well, I guess Bray's not coming today, huh?
No, he is not.